Modern life is a disease. That's an insane title. I'm not gonna lie. I read that and I was like, what is bro talking about? So I'm kind of interested. Let's see what bro got to say.
I see it in the ER and in my clients every single day. People in their 30s and 40s with health markers of someone in their 60s, metabolic syndrome, high blood pressure, prediabetes, chronic inflammation, anxiety, depression. And when we look at how they live their life, it's always the same. Sit at a desk for 10 hours, eat processed food, sleep 5 hours, repeat. Their body isn't failing them. Modern life is. And today, I'm going to break down exactly how we got here and how you can get out. If we haven't met, I'm Seth. I'm an ER.
Yeah, that's gonna be me. He just described my life, bro. Sit at a desk, eat processed foods. Dude, I sit at a desk all day for work and for class. That's a problem. And then I come home and I stream. Like, what's going on? There's a news story about a 40-year-old woman in a romantic relationship with an AI. I feel like, Jesse, there's always, like, once every blue moon, there's a story about someone who's in love with AI. Usually it's a dude, some middle-aged dude that has this weird relationship. I haven't seen it with a lady. But it always seems to be pops up like every couple months. I feel like it's insane, bro, and it probably happens so much more often than we know, which is sad.
Physician, former Navy EOD, and I've been studying human performance and health optimization for about 20 years. And here's what I've learned working with thousands of people. Most of the health problems we see aren't genetic. They're not random. They're not even bad luck. The vast majority are the direct result of how we live.
Mm.
We built a society that's fundamentally incompatible with human biology. And then we act surprised when people are sick and tired, anxious, and broken by the time they're 40 years old. We sit for 12 hours a day. We eat food that didn't exist 100 years ago. We stare at screens until midnight.
Y'all know. Yeah, I think that's what I was referring to, Jesse. I think that's what it was. It's an episode releasing in theaters for. Oh, okay. I thought it was a movie. That makes sense. But that's crazy that it got that big that it's releasing in theaters. I'm not gonna lie. Shouts out to them. What was I about to say? Y'all know, like the act of sitting in a chair, like what we're doing right now. This is not a natural position for humans. This is not a natural position for us to be in. Like sitting down like this. This is what messes up like our hips, and this messes up our spine and stuff like our spinal positions and whatnot. I learned that like not too long ago, like maybe a couple months back. Like I was just watching videos because my hips are cooked. I'm not gonna lie, my hips and my lower back always fried. So like I would do research like, yo, well, what's up with the pain? How do I like relieve the pain? And like I would come across videos like, oh, sitting down too much, and like I feel like that's known. Like the idea of sitting for too long, it's known, but like the act of sitting itself like this, I don't know if many people know about that. I feel like that surprised me, like sitting like this, because obviously back then, like like thousands of years ago, obviously like our ancestors, they don't have stuff like this to sit. You know what I'm saying? They don't sit in chairs. They would like squat or they would just lay down and whatnot. So yeah, I thought that was cool to share. Are you familiar with the character AI app? No, I'm not. Do I want to familiarize myself with that? I don't know. I don't know if I want to. Is that what they're using to fall in love with the AIs? No, Imachi, is that how you pronounce it? No, I'm not. Not at all.
We're chronically stressed. We never see the sun. We're isolated. We're overstimulated. And we're completely under recovered. And then we wonder why we need 5 medications and 3 cups of coffee just to function. This isn't normal. This isn't just aging. This is what happens when you take a species designed to move, eat real food, sleep when it's dark, and live in community, and you strip all that away. Today, I'm going to break down exactly how modern life is making you sick, the history and the physiology behind it, and what you can do to fix it. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah,
Let's start with the
I need to
obvious
know
one.
how to
We
relieve
don't
the stress,
move
bro.
anymore. Humans evolved to walk about 10 to 15 miles a day, hunt and gather and build, carry
You said
things,
what?
evolved to walk about 10 to 15 miles a day, hunt and
Really?
gather and build, carry things, move constantly at low intensity with occasional bursts of high intensity when needed. Now, the average
How many steps is 10 to 15 miles? Cuz I don't really measure in miles, but like steps wise, I think I average around maybe like 10,000 steps a day. You know what I'm saying? Yo, K, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Just lurking for like another minute. You know what I'm saying? How you been, bro? It's been a minute. How's school? Motherfuckers we just got off break, bro. How's that going for you? I've been a fan of the show since the pilot came out, W. It always feels nice to like be a fan of something or someone as it's like coming up. Like you can see the vision, the potential, and then like and like you hopped on the wave before all that. I feel like it's just a good feeling. I don't know. These are apps where you talk to characters from anime, movies, TV. Oh, okay. I've seen that on like TikTok and Instagram. I think they integrated that into the apps. It's so weird, bro. Like you can text these characters or speak to them. It's ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie.
person walks less than 3,000 steps a day, sits for about 10 to 12 hours, with occasional bursts of high intensity when needed. Now, the average person walks less than 3,000 steps a day, sits
Less.
for about 10 to 12 hours, and calls a 30-minute workout exercise. Here's what happens physiologically when you sit all day. Your muscles stop contracting. When muscles don't contract, they stop pulling glucose out of your bloodstream.
Mm.
Insulin resistance starts building. Your body becomes less efficient at managing blood sugar.
W
Hello,
biology.
prediabetes. Your hip flexors shorten.
Yo,
Your gluteal
hip flexors and my glutes fried. He's basically talking to me. This is for me. I'm not sure about y'all. If this is for y'all too, pay attention. Cause I know motherfuckers be sitting down all day. Y'all hip flexors, glutes, y'all gotta work those out, bro. A lot of homework. How you been? Hey, I'm in the same boat as you, K. I'm not gonna lie. I've been chilling though. You know what I'm saying? I just got back to classes today, stressing, homework, studying, all that stuff. But you know, we gonna make it through. Me and you, we gonna make it through. Feel me? We all gonna make it through. My glutes mad strong, feel me? Nah, facts. Pause. Not mines. I'm gonna be honest. Mines are not. And I know mines aren't. I still don't do anything about it though. It's weird. Like I want to, but I don't. Bro, I'm such a weird person, bro.
muscles stop firing and your posterior chain
Got a lab
basically
to do, say that.
collapses. Chronic pain will then set in, mostly in your lower back and your neck and your shoulders. Sound familiar? Your
Yes.
metabolism starts to slow down. Your body interprets sitting as we're not doing anything important, so let's just conserve the energy. So it down regulates, and then you're going to get tired. You're
Mm,
going to gain fat easier. You're going
mm.
to lose muscle faster. And here's the part that nobody's really talking about. Sitting all day signals to your body that you're sick or injured.
I never
Because in
thought of it
nature,
like that.
healthy animals don't just sit around for
You're
12 hours.
moving,
Only
yeah.
sick or dying ones do. So your body starts operating like you're in survival mode. Your inflammation goes up, your recovery goes down, and your stress hormones stay elevated constantly. You're not designed to.
You know, I always found it weird. Like when I would lay down in my bed, just doing nothing, like lay down on my bed scrolling on my phone, I would get up and I would feel so terrible. Like I didn't take a nap or anything, but I would just feel bad. Maybe that's like attributed to that. I don't know. This is yeah, it's hella interesting. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I clicked on it, bruh. And I hope bro can help me figure out things about myself. That's why I'm saying we gotta pay attention to this dude. He's clear. He clearly knows what he's talking about.
Sit. And your body and your brain know that.
And
Really
his
quick though, the
voice.
data on YouTube shows that 75% of people watching are
I'm
not
not gonna lie.
subscribed
The
to the
way he's
channel.
talking,
If you
pause, no
enjoy this
weird stuff,
content, please
is
do us both a
very
favor and hit the
soothing.
subscribe button right now so I can keep putting out this information and you can get notified when new videos drop. It takes 1 second, no downside. I appreciate you. Problem number 2,
W plug.
we eat garbage. For 99% of human history, we ate animals, plants, tubers, whatever we could hunt or gather, basically.
Now
Meats and
everything's just
vegetables and fruits and
processed.
nuts and seeds and basically just real food. Now, the average person gets about 60% of their calories from processed foods
Mm.
that didn't exist 100 years ago. Seed oils, refined sugars, artificial flavors, preservatives, emulsifiers, lab created garbage engineered to be as addictive as possible.
I mean, it's like, what do we do though? We're so used to like fast food. I think we're so used to talking about this as I'm eating barbecue chips. Nah, he's talking to you specifically right now, bro. It's weird though, cause we're living in such a fast society, bro. Everything has to be done quick, 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 quick. So it's like the only way we get our food is quick, fast food. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to wait. We don't want to wait. You know what I'm saying? And it's also like, how do we know what's. I mean, I'm sure we could tell what's not processed and what is, but it's also like in places where people live, bro. Some places just simply don't provide such foods. Yo, Tiff, what's going on? Bro, my nose didn't even notify me. I don't know. You're not late though. You know, I mean, you would never be late. But I just started a little while ago. We are watching a very interesting video though. So tune in. You know what I'm saying?
And your body has no idea what to do with it. Here's what happens when you eat ultra processed food: your blood sugar spikes, insulin surges, and your body stores fat. Then your blood sugar crashes. You get hungry again an hour later,
Mm.
cravings kick in, you eat more processed food, and the cycle just repeats. Chronic inflammation sets in because your immune system sees these artificial ingredients as foreign invaders. So it constantly is in this like attack mode.
Mm.
Inflammation is everywhere throughout your body: joint pain, brain fog, fatigue, autoimmune issues. Your gut microbiome gets destroyed. The bacteria in your gut that helps
Yo,
digest food and regulate.
I wonder like if one were to go on like a completely clean diet or like a majority clean diet, maybe like 75, 80% clean foods that's not processed. I wonder how much that would fix in your body. You know what I'm saying? Injury wise, sickness wise. Like, I wonder how much that would fix. Probably a ton, right? Yeah, a lot. I actually learned this in my nutrition class. There's like foods we can't organically process. Really? That's actually cool. But I want to try that. But it's so hard because, like, I typically eat my mom's cooking. And it's like, I mean, I'm sure most of it is good. But I don't know. How would I gauge what is processed and what isn't, especially in a home cooked meal? I wouldn't know. I don't know. And I also feel like this is similar with medicine too. Yo, if you just eat good, that would like dude, that would do wonders. Home food really isn't processed. Okay. So I might just cut down on all outside foods. Like if I go to school, go to work, I might just like bring something for home, like a home cooked meal. Just get fruits or something. I don't know. I feel like that would be so much better. Cause me personally, I really don't take medicine. Thankfully, like I don't get sick often at all. But if I do get sick, I don't take like over the counter medication. Like I usually just take natural remedies. And I feel like that's so much better. I feel like medicine is also similar to processed food. If y'all get what I'm saying. I feel like over the counter medicine is like fast food, you know? That's a great analogy. And I feel like they both kind of work in similar ways. Like it makes sense in my head. It makes sense in my head. Make a bomb Caesar salad. I saw Neri was doing that for a while too. I might do the same, honestly. What do I do? What do I win when I get to 30? Uh, Great question. A high five. Next time I see you, a big old high five. Facts. Are schools allowed to give processed, like, unhealthy meals? Oh, that's a good question. You know what it is? They're they probably definitely have like guidelines to follow, okay? But I doubt they follow it to the T. Like they're not gonna give us the best meals. They're just gonna give us whatever they afford or whatever they buy. And I feel like a decent amount of it is probably most definitely processed. You know, I seen a video in Japan. Like Japan actually gives like pretty good lunch, like school lunch to kids. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is all just an America problem, bro. I don't know. Yo, speak of the devil, bro. Nary was hatting it, was hatting it. Let's get back to the video.
Regulate mood and support immune function. They can't survive on this processed garbage food, so they start to die off.
Yo,
And the bad
Gramps.
bacteria that thrive
Thank goodness you're streaming. Was happening? Was happening? Was happening? Yeah, we talk about, you know what I'm saying? We're talk what are we talking about? this the title of the video is Modern Life is a Disease, you know what I'm saying? That was very intriguing title. Caught my attention like no other, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, bro is spitting. He really is. What that got to do with me? Hold on, why did I bring you up again? Can someone remind me why I brought him up? Why I brought him up? Oh yes, cause Tiff was talking about we were talking about like processed foods and stuff, and I was like, oh, I should make more home cooked meals, and she was like, yeah, make a bomb Caesar salad. I was like, oh yeah, Nari was making that for a minute. Yeah. Also, what's up with Gramps? Gramps, aren't you streaming, bro? Don't call me. Don't tell me he called me on Discord. Don't tell me he called me on Discord. No, he didn't. All right, we chilling. All right, I feel like I'm chatting too much. Let's get back to the vid. I thought it was because I was. You said it, not me.
on sugar and seed oils, they take over. You get things like leaky gut, IBS, anxiety,
Leaky
depression, all
gut.
connected
Ugh,
to
what
what
the
you're
frick?
eating. And the worst part, these foods are designed to override your satiety signals. You can
Satiety.
eat 2,000 calories of processed food
Yeah, what does satiety mean? Can someone define that? Satiety.
and still be hungry.
My school, I'm sorry, I'm pausing so much. My school lunch is garbage. I had undercooked bread with frozen barbecue. Ugh. It's always mystery meat too. It's always mystery meat. I like how that's just like a common name for the like school lunch meat, bro. That's a telltale sign that like we gotta do something about school lunch. Didn't Michelle Obama have some initiative? I forgot. Did that make school lunch better? I think it did. But we gotta up it again. We gotta up it. I don't even care if they just gave us salads and fruits for lunch, bro. That's better than nothing. That's better than what they're giving us already, bro. You know what I'm saying? They gotta they gotta do something about it.
But try eating 2,000 calories of steak and vegetables, and you will be full for the entire day. We're eating food that is making us fat and sick and inflamed and addicted,
Mm.
and we think it's normal. Problem number 3, chronic stress
With
with
no
no
release.
release.
This is so real.
Humans evolved to handle acute stress. A predator would show up, your sympathetic nervous system would kick in, your heart rate goes up, your adrenaline goes up, cortisol goes up, and you go into fight or flight
High
mode.
cortisol.
And you either run away or you fight. The threat passes, and then your parasympathetic system kicks in, your heart rate drops, you recover, and it's done. That system works great when stress is short and intense.
You know what's crazy? I've heard about this recently too. But like now we're just constantly in stressful situations. And that's not a good thing, bro. It's not. Bro, I got back to classes today. I promise y'all I was stressed out the entire day, bro. I was stressed out with classes. I was stressed out with applying to the fall semester classes cuz the professor was garbage or The time slots were terrible, or the class already filled up and I was stressing. I'm talking to my bro, we're stressing. Like, bro, the stress don't stop. It's crazy. And on top of that, we got projects and stuff. I got work the next day. I got work tomorrow. Like, bro, it's actually insane. Like, we're really used to it now too. This is not something we should be used to. We should have some multiple resting moments within the day where we're just like chilling, where we're relaxed. And that just doesn't happen, bro. It doesn't happen. I be waking up with high cortisol. Like, bro, it's bad, bro. Stress so much my hairline recede. Yo, oh my gosh. Bro, me and Carter were talking about nap times the other day too, bro. We were dead talking about nap times and how, oh my gosh. I was talking about my daycare and how we had nap times in daycare, and daycare was so good. It was so good. Let us, bro. I feel like that's the perfect route with learning. Now, then again, it would take us much longer to learn things that we would need to know if we followed like a daycare sort of curriculum. There's not really a curriculum, but like teaching methods. But like you really weren't stressed out, bro. And I feel like you were able to hold on to that information much better. Nowadays, I learned something and then poof, it's gone because the teacher moves on within 5 minutes to teach us something else, bro. Like, dude, I just learned this. Give me some time. Give it a rest so it can stick, bro. So it can stick. It's so bad, bro. Yeah, like, it's so much wrong with society today, bro. Gosh.
But in modern life, you're in chronic low grade stress all day long. Work emails and traffic and deadlines and financial pressures and kids and news cycles, social
Yes, bro.
media. Your nervous system is in a fight or flight
And
mode
I feel like
for
that makes you
12
more
to
stressed out
24
with even
hours
little with
straight.
littler
But
things
there's
too,
no
bro.
physical release.
Littler
You're not
things would
running
make you
from
more
anything.
stressed out
You're
as
not
well.
fighting. You're just sitting there marinating in cortisol. And here's what chronic stress does to your body: cortisol stays elevated. And when cortisol is chronically high, your body prioritizes survival over everything else.
Mm.
So it stores fat, especially around your midsection. It breaks down muscle for energy. It suppresses your immune system so you get sick more often. It tanks your hormones, including your testosterone. Your
Is
HPA
that why I
axis,
can't get
which
rid of
is
my
the
stomach,
system
bro?
that regulates your stress hormones, it gets completely dysregulated. You become less
That's
able
why I got a
to
tummy
handle
on me.
stress over time. Small things begin to feel overwhelming. Your
That's literally what I was just saying, bro. Like you're stressed out so much, even the littlest thing gets you mad, bro. Even the littlest thing gets you mad. Like it's so crazy. Like sometimes I would get mad at something and like instantly a few seconds later I'm like, why am I mad at this? Like this is not something I should be mad at. It's weird, bro. Temperate take. If school was actually about learning, then grades, yeah. No. That's it. I agree with that take. I'm not gonna lie, Kay. I feel like most people would agree with that take too. It's the methods. I feel like, bro, it just all leads. Everything always leads back to money. It's crazy. Everything always leads back to money. I feel like teachers, there are gonna be teachers in the profession who don't care about the teaching, but for the money. Even though necessarily teachers don't get paid that much, but it's still a profession, so they're gonna prioritize money, just making money, and they're not in it for teaching. So then they teach terribly. Students don't learn, but they still have to figure things out on their own and whatnot. That's why I was saying like things don't stick. Things just don't stick, and then people, you get home and then you just rely on AI or outside sources to do the work for you, and then you get to school and it's like a whole process, bro. It's bad. It's really bad. What is this video about? It's titled "Modern Life is a Disease," so it's just like gripes with modern life, really. And I agree with bro. He's spitting. Yo, W bit. We need to live in the mountains for like a month. I always say that. I always say I want to live on a farm when I'm old. Just move out to a farm. But I already know that's hard work too. So I don't know. We gotta see, bruh. Yo, Green Day, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Bro, move to NJ. Eh, it's weird because I always talk about I want to move out to these places, to like these suburban areas, but I know it's like in my head I'm always like, what is there to do out there? It's weird. I contradict myself so much. It's odd, bruh.
Irritable and anxious, and you can't focus. Your sleep gets destroyed because your body can't downshift into a parasympathetic mode anymore. So you feel wired and anxious and tired at the same time, but you can't
Bro,
really
Green Day
sleep.
still got the
And
method,
inflammation
bro.
goes through the
I
roof.
forgot about
Chronic
that
stress
method,
is one
bruh.
of the biggest drivers of systemic inflammation, which leads to every other chronic disease that you can think of. We are living in a state of constant low level panic. Our bodies and our minds are paying the price. Number four, let's talk about sleep. For all of
I'm curious. It's like, how would you even know you're in that state, bro? Is there like an indicator for when you're stressed? Or like a level of stress that you're like constantly in? Or like marinating in? Like, I wonder. Because I'm sure people on a daily basis don't even know that they're stressed in situations where they actually are. Like, it's just so normal for them. There's got to be an indicator, right? There probably is. I don't know.
human history, we went to bed when it got dark. We woke up with the sun. Our circadian rhythm was locked with natural light cycles. Now, we stare at blue light screens until midnight. We drink
24/7, bro.
caffeine at 4 p.m. We sleep in rooms that aren't dark. We wake up to alarms before the sun rises. And then we wonder why we're dysregulated and exhausted. So here's what happens when you don't sleep. Your body can't repair itself. Deep sleep is when your body clears metabolic waste from your brain, rebuilds damaged tissues, and consolidates your memories. No deep sleep, no recovery. Your hormones tank. Growth hormone, testosterone, anabolic hormones that keep you strong and lean, they're produced during sleep. If you cut your sleep short, they drop. Your appetite regulation breaks. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, it goes up. Leptin, which is your satiety hormone, goes down. So you are hungrier, you're less satisfied, and you crave junk food.
Mm,
Your insulin sensitivity
mm.
crashes. One night of bad sleep can actually make you temporarily pre diabetic. Chronic sleep
Really?
deprivation, you are walking around with metabolic function of someone that is 20 years older than you, and your stress tolerance disappears. Everything feels harder when you're sleep deprived because your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that manages stress and makes decisions, it completely goes offline. We've normalized sleeping 5 to 6 hours.
I
In
got you,
fact, we
BG. I'll
brag
check it
about
out
it.
after this.
I'll sleep when I'm dead. You've heard.
How long you think you sleep? Great question. You know, recently I thought I fixed my sleep schedule too. I feel like I was sleeping a lot. Like, I was sleeping more often around like from like 9 to 11 ish. So like 9 or 10 or 11, I was sleeping more so around then. And like the last couple of days, I've been sleeping at like 12. And I usually always wake up at like 6 a.m. So that's not necessarily terrible, but it's definitely not enough sleep. I will say, like, some days I wake up and I just feel so exhausted. So I don't feel like I necessarily sleep enough, but I think it was trending upwards for a while. It definitely was. Yeah. It really, bro, it's like it's crazy how like a lot of our problems can be fixed naturally, but we always look towards artificial solutions, bro, in this time cuz you can make so many artificial solutions, bro. Medicine. You know, it's crazy how in America, I don't know if you could do it anywhere else. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've seen a video like a long time ago that kind of stuck with me. Like, I think it's only in America where they advertise medicine. Like, that's not a normal practice. That's not a normal thing outside, like in other countries. You're not supposed to make commercials about medicine. And I never thought about that. Like, that's definitely weird. Why? That just goes to show, again, everything's just about money. Everything just leads back to money, bro. What do you mean advertise it? Like, they make commercials about over the counter medicines. I could be wrong. I might be like chatting, like just completely yapping out of my behind. But I don't think, yeah, like TV ads about medicines. I don't know if that's normal in other countries. I don't know if that's normal. And like, if you really do think about it, why is that on TV? Like, you're supposed to hear about the, like, it's supposed to be the doctors that know about medicines and they prescribe you what's meant for you. Like, you're not supposed to, like, that makes people watch a commercial or an advertisement and self-diagnose, knowing dang well we don't have the skills, we don't have the time, we don't have the knowledge to self-diagnose. We could be completely wrong, but they say like a side effect, or they say a potential sickness that you might have, like something that you might be dealing with, something similar, and you think, oh, that's what I'm going through, I gotta get this medicine. But little do you know, that's not what you need. That's not that's not what you need. Like, it's insane. Yeah, it really is. It's cooked, bro. To skin medicines? Why do you say that? You're seeing a lot for eczema? I did see a ton for like weight loss too. I do see what you mean. Weight loss was a lot, but it's just all medicines. Like, that's insane. Money just consumed this country, bro. It's wicked. You know, money and capitalism is the reason why we spell canceled and color like that instead of canceled or color. You know, so I do. Is that true? I always just thought that was like, oh, like British spelling, or like uh outside the US English spelling and then just English spelling. Everything America does, like, we just try to be different, bro. And it's so weird. I thought I've always felt canceled with two L's. I thought I did too. Is this like a Mandela effect? I couldn't even tell you. Cause it costs money for the more characters you type back then. That actually makes sense. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't be surprised if that's true, K. That's insane. That is insane. I'm curious now. Is Green Day still here? I don't know if Green Day's still here. I don't think there's anyone else that's like international in the chat right now. Green Day, do you see like advertisements like that for medicine on TV, or like if you're watching YouTube or something, or if you're just scrolling on Instagram or some social media? Do you see ads like that, bro? It's so common out here, and I feel like people don't think about that enough. It's weird. And then like, when you think about it, that's why people have like conspiracy theories about like, oh, like doctors and hospitals and just medicine in general in the US. And like, if you really think about it, that stuff could be true, just labeled as a conspiracy theory. I don't know if I necessarily agree, but I will tell you I don't take over the counter medicine. I actively refuse to take pills and stuff. Like, I really don't. If I have a migraine, if I have some type of pain that I'm dealing with, I usually just go to sleep, or I'll do some natural remedy. I'll drink soup. I'll drink like honey or something. Yeah, like, I thug it out. I never take pills. Like, my mom would be like, "Oh, take Tylenol or take Advil or something," and I always tell them, "No, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm gonna drink some water, do what I gotta do, go to bed." And I always wake up the next day fine. People get addicted to painkillers. It's crazy, bro. My fault. I went on a crazy rant. Yes, I was gonna say, people always ginger, tune. It's always that. I always see it on Instagram now, and that's probably true too. I'd rather do that.
That a million times. You are killing yourself slowly and calling it productivity. And the last problem, we're more connected than ever and yet more isolated
Mm,
than we have ever been in history.
mm,
Humans are social animals by design. We
Mm-hmm.
evolved in small tribes, close relationships, face to face interactions, communities, shared purpose. Now we have 1,000 friends on social media and nobody to call when we're actually struggling. We're
That's
overstimulated
crazy.
by notifications and news and endless content, but we're starved for real connection. Here's
Yes.
what loneliness does to your body: it increases your inflammation. Studies show that chronic loneliness has the same impact on your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It
Really?
increases your cortisol.
Really?
Social isolation is a massive stressor.
Yo, are those like high cortisol memes just true, bro? I'm starting to believe those memes are true. Like those high cortisol, low cortisol memes, that's insane, bro.
Your body interprets it as danger. It tanks your immune system. People who are socially isolated actually get sick more
Yeah,
often and
same,
recover
Tiff.
slower than people who aren't. And it destroys your mental health. Depression, anxiety, suicide risk all skyrocket with isolation. We're scrolling through people's lives while our bodies and our minds are falling apart, and we can't figure out why we feel so empty.
It's
So now you see the
crazy, bro.
problems. But how the hell
What are
did
the
we actually get
solutions?
here?
Yes. Oh,
Because it's
or
not
how
an
do we get her?
accident.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It didn't just happen, it was designed. So let me walk you through it.
I feel like
The
it's gonna
Industrial
deal with
Revolution.
money
This
in
is
one
where
way
we
or another.
traded
Money.
health for efficiency. For most of human history, life was hard. You had to work physically to survive. You had to hunt and farm and build and walk everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You moved all day. You ate what you could grow or kill. You slept when it got dark because there was no other option. Then came the Industrial Revolution with factories and assembly lines, mechanization, and for the first time in history, you could make money by sitting still and doing repetitive tasks for 12 hours a day.
Mm.
Productivity went up, wealth went up, but health, it started trending down. And nobody cared because efficiency and profit was the
Was the
goal,
main
not
thing.
health. Fast forward to the 1900s.
It's kind of funny. It's like I was watching a Joe Bart video earlier about like what was it about? Does money make you happy or something? And he was talking about how like money is just designed as like a substitution for trade. Like it was just a it's a stand-in for trade. So instead of like trading like this phone for like a laptop and then like you trying to figure out like what the trade value is, like you just have money. And like now instead like money is just meant to like how do I say this? The money is meant to be used to like produce things in a sense. Not like I feel like I'm not explaining it properly, but I'm gonna say it anyways. It's like meant to like produce things or go towards the production of like a product or a service. But now people just they just want to hold on to the money, and like that is not how it's supposed to be. If y'all understand what I'm saying, I don't think I'm explaining it right, but it's making sense in my head. It made sense when he said it for sure. Like money is not meant to be used. Like now you have like stocks and stuff. Like oh, they're like put your money in this like savings account where like the money will work for you to make more money. And it's like cool, but that was never meant to be the end goal to just have money. It was meant to like have produce things, produce a service or a product. Like money is not, bro. I feel like I'm yammering. I feel like I'm yammering. Do y'all get what I'm trying to say? Like the value we give money is absurd, essentially. Like it's crazy.
Food companies figured out something incredible. If you combine sugar and fat and salt in the right ratios, you can override the human brain's satiety signals. You can make people eat more than they actually need
Mm.
and keep coming back for more. This wasn't even hidden. Food scientists openly talked about creating the bliss point, the exact combination of ingredients that makes food as addictive as possible. Howard Moskowitz, a food scientist who worked with companies like General Foods and PepsiCo, he literally pioneered the science of making junk food irresistible. He called it optimization. And it worked. Processed food became cheaper, faster, more convenient, and infinitely more profitable than selling you steak and some vegetables. So, what did big food do? They started replacing real food with cheap substitutes.
Right.
Seed oils instead of animal fats, high fructose corn syrup instead of sugar, artificial flavors, preservatives, emulsifiers. Not because it was better for you,
Cheaper.
because it was cheaper to produce and has a longer shelf life. And then they spent billions on marketing to convince you it was normal. Breakfast cereal is healthy. Low fat is good. Seed oils are heart healthy.
Right. Yeah.
All lies, but very profitable lies. Now let's talk about Big Pharma for a second. In the 1950s and 60s, chronic disease
I don't know
rates
if he's
started
gonna touch on what I was
skyrocketing
talking about
because
earlier,
of
but
these
let's see.
changes to our food: heart disease, diabetes, obesity, cancer. And instead of asking what changed, why are people suddenly getting sick, the medical industry decided to treat the symptoms. High cholesterol, here's a statin. High blood pressure, here's a beta blocker.
Mm.
Can't sleep, here's a sleeping pill. You're
Right.
depressed, here's an SSRI. And don't get me wrong, some of these medications save lives. I
Okay.
prescribe them in the ER all the time. But the problem is, we stopped asking why people were getting sick in the first place. Because here's the thing,
Mm.
there's no money in telling people to eat real food, move more, and sleep better. You can't
They're just
patent
trying
that.
to sell
You can't
medicine.
sell that. But you
Exactly.
can patent a pill, and you can sell a
Yes.
pill for the rest of someone's life.
Yes.
Pharmaceutical industry makes over $500
That's what
billion
I was trying to
a
say
year in
earlier.
the US alone. They're not incentivized to fix the problem. They're incentivized to manage it. And I'm
Yes.
not here to say that we don't need
Yes.
pharmaceutical companies, because we do.
Right? I didn't say this earlier, but yes, we probably there definitely is medicine that helps saves lives. 100,000%. I'm not saying that there isn't. But yes, they're just trying to profit. They don't want to fix it. They don't want to fix the problems that you're dealing with. They just want you to keep coming back. It's like selling you a lie. They're micromanaging your health. They're like, "Okay, like let's give them this pill, let's give them that pill. It'll manage it, it'll hold off, but it'll make them come back within this time frame. It'll make sure that they keep coming back so they can keep getting more pills. They just want the bread, bro. That's all they want."
And they do produce medications that we need. But when profit becomes the main driver of everything, people will suffer. And here's where it all comes together. The modern system isn't designed to make you healthy. It's designed to make you just comfortable enough that you keep working and you keep consuming.
Mm.
You work at a job that makes you sit all day. You're stressed. You're tired. So you buy processed food because it's fast and easy. You drink coffee to stay awake. You take sleeping pills to fall asleep. You numb out with alcohol or Netflix or social media.
Netflix
You're
and
not
chill.
thriving, but you're surviving. And that's enough to keep the system running. You go to the doctor, they run some labs, your cholesterol is high, your blood pressure is high, you're
They give you
pre-diabetic.
these pills.
So they ask you about your diet, your sleep, your stress, your movement, maybe for about 30 seconds, just before they write you a prescription.
Yes.
And you go home and nothing changes.
Yes.
This isn't the doctor's fault. This is a systemic issue. Because the system isn't built to fix you, it's built to keep you just functional enough to keep participating. And I'm not saying this is some grand conspiracy. I'm saying it's economics. There's more money in keeping people sick and selling you solutions than there is in preventing you from getting sick in the first place. Food companies profit when you eat garbage. Pharma companies profit when you need medications. The healthcare system profits when you're sick. Nobody profits when you're healthy. So here we are. We sit all day because that's what our jobs require. We eat processed food because it's cheap and fast and everywhere. We're chronically stressed because the system demands constant productivity. We don't sleep because we're overstimulated and under-recovered. And we're isolated because real community doesn't scale and doesn't make money. And when we break down, when our body finally says that it can't do it anymore, we're told it's our fault. We're lazy. We lack discipline. We need to try harder.
And it's always that too. It's always that. Oh, you lack discipline. You're not motivated. Blah blah blah. And it's like, bro, it's like we're just burnt out. We're just burnt out, and that's that's kind of like a gripe I have with like what am I thinking of? Like I was a part of it too. Like I was caught up in it too. Like rise and grind. Like oh, you gotta grind. You gotta grind. But bro, like you just get burnt out so quickly. You genuinely get burnt out. We're not meant to push ourselves constantly, bro. This is what I was saying earlier. Like we gotta have some moment in the day where we're not stressed. Everything we make it seem like we have to be productive 24/7, bro. And we don't have to. We really don't have to. We need to optimize our health. I feel like health isn't optimized enough, bro. Like when we speak about health, usually what people speak about is like, oh, going to the gym and whatnot. And yeah, that's part of it. But like eating well, sleeping well, not stressing, all that stuff, bro. Health is probably the most important thing on this earth. Not money, not that. Because health is gonna. I saw this one Michael Jai White clip. I think that's bro's name. I always get it mixed up. But he explained it so well. Like, health is what allows you to do everything else. As long as you're healthy, you live longer, and that enables you to get money, that enables you to be happy, that enables you to do everything else. But you have to be healthy. Without the health, you can't do any of that stuff. I forgot what the quote was, but it's like um a healthy person can like dream about 1,000 things, but an unhealthy person like dreams about one, and that's just being healthy. It's something along those lines. Y'all could probably search up the quote for yourselves. But like that's so true, bro. That is so true. It really is.
But that's bullshit. The system is broken. Body finally says that it can't do it anymore. We're told it's our fault.
But then again, like Neanderthals, we're productive 24/7. Yes, that's true. That's very true. You know what I hope is like watching this video for us, for like everyone in chat, like me included, like it doesn't just go in one ear and out the other. Like we actually try and be conscious about our decisions, and we actually try and make a change. It's weird because like I peep these things. I see it and I acknowledge it to a point, but I don't change. I just keep doing because we're so used to what we're doing, bro. We don't want to change because it's harder to change. It's easier to just keep doing what you're doing, even when you know it's wrong. But we have to actively try and make the change, bro. I need to actively try and eat better, sleep better, all that stuff. Like everyone, all of us, we have to actively try.
We're lazy. We lack discipline. We need to try harder. But that's bullshit. The system.
Is he? Wait, hold on.
Our body finally says that it can't do it anymore. We're told it's our fault. We're lazy. We lack discipline. We need to try harder. But that's bullshit. The system is broken, and it's designed that way.
Right.
But
What,
there's
what
good
he's saying
news.
too.
Once you see it, you can opt out. So what do? You can't change the system. We're too far in. You can't fix big food or big pharma or the way society is structured, but you can opt out personally and for your family. You can choose to live in a way that's aligned with human biology instead of corporate profit. And it's simpler than you think. Not easy, but simple. So first, you gotta move like a human again. Stop trying to just get your steps in or just hit your workout. That's not how humans were designed to move. We're designed to move constantly at low intensity with occasional bursts of high intensity. And here's what that actually looks like. You do need to walk more every day. Aim for 8 to 10,000 steps,
I
not because a fitness
Okay,
tracker told you
that's
to,
good.
but that's approximately what humans did for thousands of
8 to 10,000. That's
Walking regulates
typically
blood
what I
sugar,
do.
reduces inflammation,
That's good.
it
That's good.
lowers stress, it improves mood, it helps you think better
It
and more
really
clearly,
does.
and it doesn't require a
Yeah, going for walks really does help. I feel like that really does improve your mood, bro. Like I'll go for a walk, just have my music in, and it's beautiful, bro. I always try to walk a little bit, especially after class and after work. when I'm coming home, I'll get off like two, three stops before my home stop, and I'll just walk the rest of the way. And like, bro, I feel like that gets so much off your mind, bro. I feel like that genuinely get like, just make it a habit when you're going home from class, when you're going home from work. Like, get off one stop early or get off two stops earlier and just walk home the rest of the way. Put music in your ears, just walk home. I promise you, it's beautiful, bro. It really helps.
And membership. And then lift heavy things 2 to 3 times per week. Big compound movements, squats and
Mm.
deadlifts and presses and rows, and build real strength, build muscle. Signal to your body that you're still useful and worth
I
keeping
need to get
around.
back on that.
Sprint occasionally, once a week. Go hard for 20 to 30 seconds. Rest, repeat a few times. This is what intensity looks like in nature. Short bursts when you need to run from something, run to something, or chase something down. And stop sitting for 12 hours straight. If you have to work, stand up every hour.
Stand up.
Move, stretch, go for a short
Come on,
walk.
y'all. This is
Just
y'all.
don't let your
Stand
body
up,
think
y'all.
that you're turning into a mummy
Ugh.
dying. And that's it. You
Stand up
don't
for a
need
bit.
a complicated program to get started. You just need to move like a human is designed to move. Number 2, eat real food. This one's even simpler.
Nah,
If it didn't
facts.
exist
This is
100
what I
years
really
ago,
have to do.
don't eat it. Meat, fish, eggs, vegetables, tubers, fruits, nuts, seeds. That's basically the list. No seed oils.
What was the
If it didn't
list?
exist 100
I'm
years ago,
curious.
don't eat it. Meat, fish, eggs, vegetables, tubers, fruits, nuts,
If
seeds.
it didn't exist
That's
100
basically
years
the
ago,
list.
interesting.
No seed oils, no processed food.
So, Kay, I hope you put those barbecue chips down. I hope as you were watching, you just progressively ate less and less chips.
No artificial garbage. Very limited sugar, if any. Your great grandparents should be able to name every ingredient on your plate. If they couldn't or can't, it's probably not real food.
Mm.
And I know what you're thinking, but that's restrictive. I can't eat anything fun. No, you've just been conditioned to think that lab created garbage is real food.
Fun, yeah.
Real food tastes good. You just have to let your taste buds reset. Eat meat for the protein and fat. Eat vegetables for fiber and micronutrients. Eat tubers for the carbs if you're active. Stop counting every single macro and stop obsessing over calories. Just eat real food until you're full. Your body knows what
I
to
don't
do
know,
with
man.
it.
Them
And when you
LeBron
eat these types of food,
chips.
it is very
Them
rare that you
LeBron
will
chips are
actually eat
kind
over
of
the
heat.
calories
I
that
ain't
you
gonna
need.
lie. No pun
And here's what
intended.
happens when you do this. Your inflammation drops. Your energy will stabilize. Your cravings will disappear. You'll lose fat without even trying. Your gut will heal. And your brain will
I
work
need that,
better.
bro. I need
Not
that.
because you're dieting, but because you're eating what humans are designed to eat. Number 3, manage stress and actually recover. You can't avoid stress, but
Seems
you can
like he
stop
is.
living it 24/7. Here's how you do it. Build in
It does say it on his
parasympathetic
shirt.
time daily. Breath work, walking without headphones, stretching, sitting in silence.
Walking without
Anything that tells
headphones.
your
I
nervous
gotta do
system,
that then.
we're safe, you can relax now. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night. That's all it takes to shift out of this fight or flight mode that's 24/7 now. Get outside. Sunlight in the morning, sunlight in the evening, bare feet on the
Mhm.
ground if you can. Your circadian rhythm needs natural light to function, and your stress hormones regulate better when you're outside. Stop consuming so much stress. Turn off the news. Limit your social media. Stop doom
Yes,
scrolling.
bro.
You don't need to be plugged into every crisis happening in the world. It's not helping you. It's just keeping your cortisol constantly elevated. And take real rest days, not active recovery where you still do a whole bunch of shit. Just real rest where you do nothing and feel zero guilt about it.
Mm.
Your body needs time to repair, so give it that time. Number 4, sleep like your
I
life
don't know
depends
about
on it
barefoot
because it
walking. You
actually
could
does.
probably, if you have like
Same
a
time
front
down, same
lawn
time
or a
up every night.
backyard,
Lock in your
why not?
circadian rhythm. Dark room, cold room, quiet room. No screens an hour before bed. No caffeine after 2 p.m.
No
No
screens an hour
alcohol close to
before bed,
bedtime.
y'all.
Both of these destroy your sleep quality. And stop bragging about how little sleep you need. You don't need less sleep. You're just slowly killing yourself and calling it discipline.
Mm.
7 to 9 hours, non-negotiable. If you fix nothing else, fix your sleep. Everything else gets easier when you're sleeping well. Number 5, build real connections. Put your phone down. Talk to people
Talk
face
to
to face.
people.
Join a community,
Oh my
a gym, a
gosh.
sports league, a church, a group. Something where you show up in person and interact with real humans.
Talk to people,
Spend
y'all.
time with your family without screens. Eat dinner together. Go for a walk. Be present. Loneliness is killing people. And scrolling through Instagram
Does
isn't
not
going to
help,
fix it.
bro.
You need real connection, so please prioritize it. So the bottom line,
Link up with your
modern life is
homies, bruh.
designed
Link
to
up with
make you
your
sick,
friends.
but you don't have to participate. Move like a human, eat real food, manage your stress, sleep well, and build real relationships. That's it. That's the whole plan. Not sexy, not complicated. Nobody's selling it to you in a $2,000 course, but it works because it's how humans are designed to live. And once you start living this way, you'll realize how broken the system actually is. You'll feel better than you have in years. You'll have more energy,
Whenever
more
we
focus,
can,
more
Tiff.
capacity,
Whenever
and you
we
wonder why
can.
anyone chooses to live any other way. I know this sounds extreme. I know it feels overwhelming at times, but the reality is you are living in the extreme version. You're just so used to it that it feels normal. Sitting for 12 hours a day is extreme. Eating lab created food is extreme. Sleeping 5 hours and calling it productivity is extreme. Being chronically stressed and
Yes,
isolated
bro.
is extreme.
It's crazy how much things got normalized by society, and like you think about it in retrospect, it's genuinely crazy, bro. It's crazy. Like I always go back to this, but like drinking alcohol, that's an extreme, but it's legal. It's accepted by society. People do it often, but bro, you're poisoning your body. Like, why would you do that? Why? Is this guy an actual doctor? Nah, I think he is. It seems like he is. If anything, what he's saying seems to be legit, or like he seems to be somewhat knowledgeable at the very least.
Living like a human, moving, sleeping, eating
For
real
sure,
food,
BG.
recovering,
We
connecting,
definitely
that's not
are.
extreme. That's baseline. And I'm not saying you have to go live in the woods and hunt your own food. I'm saying you can make simple changes that bring you back into alignment with how the body is designed to work. And when you do, everything gets easier. I see it all the time. People who make these changes, who start moving daily, eating real food, prioritizing sleep, they come back to me 6 months later. They're off medications. They've
Mhm.
lost 30 pounds without trying. Their energy is back. Their focus is back. Their life is back. Not because they found some magic protocol, but because they stopped fighting human biology. So if this resonates with you, if you're tired of feeling like shit and you
Beautiful
actually
video.
want to do something about it, I want you to do two things. First, share this video. Seriously, send it to everyone you know who is struggling.
W
Your
video.
friends, your family, the guy at work who's on 5 medications and can't figure out why he's always exhausted. Because most people don't know this. They think it's normal. They think it's just aging. They don't see what the system for what it actually is.
It really
So
is
share it.
us thinking that
Help them
we're
see
just
it.
aging
And second,
half the
if you want a
time.
structured plan to actually implement this, because knowing what to do and actually doing it are two different things, I run a program called Primal 60 Challenge. It starts on the first day of the month. 60 days, training plan, primal nutrition template, daily habits, accountability, community,
Mm.
everything you need to reset your body and start living like a human again. It's not complicated. It's not expensive. It's just the basics done consistently for 60 days. Links in the description. And if you want to go deeper, if you want to actually diagnose where your performance is breaking down and build a personalized system, take the Applied Human Performance Diagnostic. It'll show you exactly where the gaps are, whether it's capacity, recovery,
W
direction, or load,
video, bro.
and it'll give you a clear path forward. It's also in the description. Don't forget to subscribe and watch this video next if you want to keep learning how to opt out of a system that
W video, bro. I agree with a lot of the things bro said in here.